What are these dark green clumps of grass? Does Kickstart affect the soil pH? And why are the leaves of my rose bush turning yellow? Folks, I've got answers to these questions and more coming up on Garden Sense. Hey everybody, I'm Tim Ward and welcome back to Garden Sense. Well folks, it is officially summer because I am getting emails on everything under the sun, from taking care of your lawn to understanding why your rose bushes or your flowers aren't looking as good, how to control insects, and what's this disease that's going on in my garden. So we are getting a full range of questions, and that only happens when we officially are in summer and you folks are outside every weekend, every evening, working in your gardens, working in your yard. Now folks, all the emails that I got, we actually selected 4 questions that we're going to deal with here today, so buckle up everybody, let's jump right in. The first question is from Helene. Tim, you've been so helpful with my questions in the past, so I'm hoping that you can identify in the pictures provided what the dark green clumps of grass are. If it is a weed, how do I eliminate it? All right, so the good news is this is not a weed. The bad news is it looks to be Kentucky bluegrass. And the reason why that's bad news is because there is not a selective herbicide that I'm aware of that will target Kentucky bluegrass and keep the rest of your lawn safe. So unfortunately, you're gonna need to use a non-selective to go ahead and try to kill off that grass and then replant the desirable turf that you're looking for in those areas. Now, we would recommend something like a dead weed brew. It's available over at rosensonline.com, but we have some other non-selective herbicides for you to check out as well. Here's the thing. Fortunately, it seems like they are centralized in small clumps, so when you use a non-selective spray, just be really careful to try and not hit the rest of your desirable grass. If you do, there's a chance that it could die. But again, you're going to want to spray those areas, wait the allotted time depending on which product that you use, and then go ahead and overseed that area with the desirable grass. The next question is from Jim. Tim, does Kickstart affect soil pH? All right, so I'm going to say that no, Kickstart does not affect the soil pH. Now here's why I say that. When you get the Kickstart bottle, it has 1 ounce of that black organic powder in the bottom. You add water and you make a concentrate, right? The reason I say no is simply because it's only 1 ounce of organic powder. Now, when you want to lower the soil pH, you typically want to put down some type of an organic product. Compost, put down some peat moss. You put enough of it down and over time, it can actually lower the soil pH. Kickstart, there's just simply not enough organic matter to make a difference in my opinion. So no, to answer your question, it's not going to affect your soil pH in any way, at least not in a way that's going to be visible to you or in a way that's going to pick up on a soil test if you run it. The third question for today is from Andrew. Hi Tim, my roses are 20 years old. I use Garden Trust as recommended. One is turning yellow and I don't know why. What do you think? So yellowing leaves on rose bushes are caused by a couple of different things. Over an extended period of time, it could maybe not be getting enough water, or you could be watering it too much. It could be a lack of nutrition. It could also be some type of disease. Now, your email was pretty vague, so I don't know what your watering schedule is. So if you haven't been watering it, if it hasn't been getting a lot of rain, I would go ahead and actually spend the time and give it some water. That might help. What I would actually recommend, because it's 20 years old, is I would use Kickstart. Kickstart is a product that's going to positively impact the root system of your rose bushes. And anytime a root system becomes stronger, it's able to take in more nutrition. So the fact that you're using Garden Trust, which is a very powerful fertilizer, the rose bush is actually just going to be able to take in more nutrition if it's got a stronger root system. So I would actually put down an application of Kickstart at least once a week for the next 4 to 6 weeks, and you really should start to see it green up. Now, disease is the last thing. I actually don't think this is a disease, but there is a product out there called Complete Disease Control, which is really effective at not only curing diseases, but also preventing them. So putting down an application like that, would just really help protect the rose bush over the summer. But again, I would start with making sure it's getting enough water, and then I would go ahead and put down some Kickstart, and I think that coupled with the Garden Trust, you should see that plant green up really well. The last question for today is from Ernest. Hi Tim, does Rosen's Online sell a product that can be put down on the lawn to help control bugs? So we actually do sell a couple of products over at Rosen's Online, but the one for lawns that we recommend the most is BioAdvance Complete Insect Killer. This is a very effective granular product that you put down on your lawn. It comes in a 10-pound bag. We sell a fair amount of it. So I would actually recommend that product. Start there. You can head over to Rosen's Online and pick up a bag for your needs. All right, everybody, just a couple final thoughts before we wrap up this week's video podcast. Folks, it is now the end of June, and it's time to really make sure that your lawn gets its second feeding of Turf Trust. So right now, we still have the annual summer stock-up special going on over at rosensonline.com. Folks, these are bundles of 3 bags of Turf Trust fertilizers. Comes in both the 10,000 square foot package and the 5,000 square foot package. Comes in both the starter fertilizer as well as the maintenance fertilizer. So again, head over to rosensonline.com. This is the best price that you're going to see all season long, and it qualifies for free shipping. Now, I also want to remind everyone that for this entire year, we have a special going on with Kickstart. And it's just our way of saying thank you, because we are so pleased with the way the video platform has been growing, with the number of orders that you guys continue to send us. It's just our way of saying thank you for all of the business. It really, really does mean a lot. So, essentially, if you spend $200 or more on any online order at rosensonline.com, you are going to get a single bottle of Kickstart. You spend $300 or more, we're going to send you 2 bottles of Kickstart. Now, a lot of you are aware of this, and you've been spending a lot of money with us, and we've been sending out a lot of free Kickstart. But I just want to remind you that right now, if you head over to rosensonline.com and you pick up a 10M package of the maintenance or the starter summer stock-up special, you're going to get a single bottle of Kickstart for free. And again, this is just our way of saying thank you. Folks, as always, I say this each and every week, but send your emails directly to me, Tim at rosensonline.com. Your questions help us create these video podcasts each and every week, and we know you enjoy them because you tell us how much you enjoy these video podcasts, and we really appreciate all the kind words. Folks, as always, I hope that you have an amazing rest of the week. Thank you so much for spending time with us today. God bless.